I want to talk about a very important concept that I mentioned this morning as well. And this is called a chain of health. Like any chain, it can only be as strong as what? Its weakest links. If you can take this one concept home, and if you see me afterward, I'll give you one of my business cards, because on the back of it is the chain of health. And the reason that people find it valuable to take my card is not so they can call me at 2 a.m., but so they can remember the chain of health. Because I use this myself in my own life. It's real simple. I just take the card out and I go, okay, what's missing? Where's the weak link? And if you can identify the weak link and you can fix it, you'll get the quick fix. I know that's what people want. Chain of health is the following factors: food, air, water, light, rest, activity, cleanliness, and loving relationships with yourself, with others, and with Mother Nature. Now, does that really sound difficult? No. Do you need an 8-year degree to figure that out? No, of course you don't. You guys all know this stuff. It's kind of somewhere in there. You just have to remember to do it. What is Rozbell backward? War. R-A-W, right? W-A-R. We're waging war against the body. We're waging war against each other. We're waging war against the planet. We need to flip that around and go raw. We need to use the raw materials that Mother Earth put here to fix and heal the body. So the term Raw-habilitation is a term that I use for a comprehensive therapeutic approach to health and healing based on common sense and natural laws that were established by Mother Nature, not me. I just adopted them into the field of health and healing. Saying if you are not exercising enough, you can't be properly nourished. If you don't get enough sleep, you cannot be properly nourished. If you don't get enough sun, you cannot be properly nourished. Start to see a pattern here? Okay, you have two main sources of energy. You have a gas tank and a battery. Your battery can only be charged with rest. You have to sleep to recharge your nervous system, your battery. And you fill your gas tank with food. But the mistake people make is they shortchange themselves. You run your battery low. And would you ever do that? You run your battery low and then fill up your gas tank and go, damn it didn't work. You wouldn't be like, well, why didn't it work? You know why it doesn't work, because it doesn't make sense. You can't fill your gas tank and expect a car battery to run better, so why do we expect our bodies to do that? Of course it can't. Very often, when people meet me, they say you're like no physical therapist I've ever met. Just the way you present things and simplify things, you seem like an alternative health practitioner. And I always smile and I say, well, there's only one alternative to health, and that's sickness. I'm not an alternative health practitioner, I'm a common sense health practitioner. If it doesn't find and fix causes, it does not cure. Let me say that again. If it does not find and fix causes, it does not cure, no matter what label you want to put on it. So whether it's Eastern medicine or Western medicine or alternative medicine, if you're treating symptoms, it's not going to cure the body. The body heals itself, period. That's it. All you have to do is get out of its way and assist it and not interfere with it. And this is why I think people give up on themselves and maybe even their family members or their friends. There's a big difference between the science of health and the art of health. And this is what I mentioned this morning when I was talking on the panel that I'd come back and elaborate on, because this is very important. If you can take home this one key point, I promise you, you will feel more empowered than you ever have in terms of correcting your health and staying well. The science of health is very complicated. That's all the details and the micromanaging that has been put out there for the body. The big words, the hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis, antioxidants, free radicals. Who cares? Really? Let the scientists and the people writing the textbooks figure it out. That's what they're for. They're reference things. It really, in the bigger scheme of things, doesn't make as much difference as the art of health. And it's this simple. Health comes from healthful living. Again, health comes from healthful living. It's a mantra. Tattoo it on your forehead. No, don't do that because it's toxic, but say it every day, write it on sticky notes, paste it on the mirror, put it everywhere in your house, and ingrain that new paradigm shift in your mind. That health comes from healthful living. That's it. Health is earned. You cannot buy it in a bottle. You cannot get it from somebody else. You have to earn it. Did the factors change? No, they did not. you were still getting sleep, you were still getting food, and you were still getting exercise. The degree to which you applied the factors changed, but the factors didn't change. This is where people get tripped up all the time. Pain's a strong stimulus. There's no doubt about it. You got pain, it erases memory quick. There's no doubt. So people are doing fairly well, and all of a sudden they get hurt and go, okay, God, what do I do now? The same thing you should have been doing all along. The word therapy is actually a derivation of the Greek and Latin words therapeutos, therops, therapeutin, and therapia, which literally mean to attend to, in the sense of attending to one's needs, and to wait upon in the sense of allowing something to run its course naturally and not interfering with it. The word medicine originally came from medicina, which meant the art of healing. It had nothing to do with an artificial drugging system. All the time, people will say, well, what do you think I should take for this? And I'll say, take rest. And I have an acronym for rest. I love mnemonics and acronyms. It's a reliable, easy, safe technique. R-E-S-T. Take something, take rest. And they think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Every other species does that but us. You know, why is that? Of all the species on the planet, we seem to kind of want to screw with the plan and kind of mess it up. It's very common for people to do well on their diet, but still they're malnourished. And why would that be? So let's just do a little test. You're walking through the woods and there's a path and it splits. And to the right there's a field and there's chickens and cows and a fish pond. And to the left there's a fruit orchard. You tell me which way you're going if you're really hungry. We don't want to try to recover from our meals. Our meals should help us recover. Like, people always ask me, what do you think of yoga and Pilates? And I always say, well, they both sound cute. Which one's single? You know, I mean, yoga and Pilates, yeah, they're great, but they're not the end-all, be-all. They're a form of exercise. I think they're a great form of exercise. I think weight training is a great form of exercise, and hiking is a great form of exercise. They're all great forms of exercise. Do the little things every day for yourself. That's the act of self-love. It's just those little acts of self-love, and trust me, love is the most powerful force in the world, there's no doubt. And the more you love yourself, the more you're going to want to love yourself. And the more you keep doing that, the easier it gets to just to maintain a healthy, loving relationship. And once you do that, you're going to find the people you draw into your life are going to be more loving people.